guys doing today? Hey, YouTube, what's up? So today I'm going to touch on a topic that was featured on my blog that was a popular post. I'm going to do thinking like a queen in order to get your king. Yes, ladies. You can't get a king if you're like acting like a peasant or servant off the street. You have to think like a queen in order to get that. So my examples from the book of Esther, and for those of you who are not familiar with Esther in the Bible, if you ever seen the movie One Night with the King, then you know that she was a Jewish girl who got picked as a virgin to go into the palace for a possibility, and anyway, she wanted to be queen. She's queen. If you ever read the book of Esther, then you can seriously see how she strategically did things to set herself apart from all the other women that were there in order to be chosen for queen, right? Okay, so the first thing that Esther did was she was minding her own daggone business. Anybody who knows me, who reads my blogs, know that I am not a fan of women chasing men at all. That is not our role. Don't do it because men are bored. They will just be with you just because they don't have anything else to do. That won't necessarily mean that they even like you. Esther was minding her own business, and it just so happened that the opportunity arose for her to go to the palace and possibly be chosen as queen. So, ladies, mind your business and wait for the man to come to you. Number two, Esther had to go through a whole preparation beauty phase for a whole year before she even was able to be brought in front of the king. How does this apply to you? Sometimes, ladies, before you are able to meet a great man, you have to go to a preparation phase, because it is quite possible if you meet that great man too soon that you might mess it up because you're a jacked up person, or you have jacked up ways about you, or something is wrong with you that might prevent you from being with this man. I'm sure she had to go through training to learn how to bow, to learn how to act, to learn how to do all this stuff. So that is something that you need to do, ladies. If you are like super ratchet, if you don't know how to speak well, if you don't know how to be in public, if you don't know how to talk, if you don't know how to conduct yourself, why on earth would you be a queen fit for a king? You don't even know how to act. Why would he want to bring you in front of his family, in front of his co-workers, in front of his friends, for you to just embarrass him? Sometimes, ladies, before you meet your king, there is some self-reflection that you need to do to figure out what in the world is wrong with you that you might actually be repelling a good man. And it could be an attitude, it could be your mouth, it could be the way that you take care of yourself. Because let's face it, men, let's face it, ladies, sometimes men are visual. And it's not saying that you have to look like you just stepped off Italian Vogue, but you should put your best foot forward whenever you are going out. It's going to be very hard for you to be putting on slippers and pajamas and going out and expecting to catch like your $1 million man. Why would he want that? Why? No. Number three, what do we have? So when Esther got in front of, when Esther went to the palace, one thing that you will notice is that she won favor among all those around her before she even met the king. So who's to say that those people didn't go back to the king and was like, yo, one of these virgins that you have, she's really nice, she's really sweet, she's really whatever it was about her character they really liked. So that's lesson number three, ladies. Always be mindful of where you are and always act like you got sense, because you would hate for one of your guy friends who is really a friend to bring around one of his guy friends, and his guy friends like say, wow, who's that? And they ask your guy friend about you and they tell him that you're ratchet or something. Or here's a better analogy. You would hate to have a friend and then her brother comes into town and her brother's really fine and he likes you, or he wants to get to know you better, and he asks your girlfriend or his sister about you and she has nothing but bad things to say about you. Sometimes it does matter what other people have to say about you. Don't give other people a reason to say negative things about you, because you never know who they might want to hook you up with, or who they might know, or who might come into the picture where y'all have mutual friends, and he might ask them about you. And if you're crazy looking, or if you act crazy looking, then that could like ruin your chances altogether. Okay? Number 4. Esther knew when and where and how to act. Esther, after the whole, towards the middle of the book, when they were getting ready to annihilate the Jews, and she wanted to go before the king and ask for him not to, sign the authorization to kill the Jews, she could have literally got her head chopped off doing this process. But Esther didn't go in there running her mouth, snapping her fingers, doing all of this. She was like, you know what, king? Blink, 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 blink. I love you. Why don't you come to a beautiful, beautiful feast that I've prepared for you, and so we can talk more. She fed him, ladies. I mean, before you come in front of your man and start whap, 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 asking for all this crap that you want all the time, nagging, 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 nagging like a slow dripping faucet, dripping a hole through his brain with your voice. Feed him. Do something for him. Massage his feet. Massage his shoulders. Do something nice to put him in a good mood before you start talking. Esther prepared a feast for her man before she decided to ask what he wanted, before she started to ask for what she wanted. As a matter of fact, she did this twice. Even after the first feast, he was like, yo, honey, what do you want? You can have anything you want, up to half of the kingdom. She still didn't say, hey, this is what I want. She was like, won't you come again tomorrow where I have prepared another feast for you? Because she was kind of massaging up his ego, and she was learning to put him in a better mood. But you can't take. You can't ask, you can't want, and all the time you have nothing to give. That is a failure. Women, you will fail doing this. It's okay to want a man to spoil you, to want to do nice things for you and all this other stuff. But if all you are about is taking and nagging and speaking and acting crazy and acting ratchet and fighting, like you could be on the Bad Girls of whatever TV, why would a king be attracted to that? Why? If you have not looked at my other post on YouTube that has to do with where's my Boaz, I'm going to link it down in the description box, because that was a post that was done on my blog that was also popular as well.